Hey guys, another Guns N' Roses bat rep here. We're gonna do another Kill Teams game. This one is called Escalating Skirmish. We have my Space Wolves again, and we have Daniel's Orks over here. So in this mission, we have to divide our forces into two even forces, and one starts on the field, and the other comes in as reserves, and they have outflank. We haven't picked table edges yet. We'll just go through our armies real quick. So the Space Wolves are being led by this guy here, the team leader. He has two wolf claws and a wolf amulet. What's that called? Wolf amulet? No, it's called an amulet of Russ. And that gives him a 5-up invulnerable save. He also has the wolf tooth necklace, and that lets him hit on a 3-up in close combat, regardless of weapon skill. Good old 5th edition war gear. And he's got two Thunderwolf cavalry right there. They both have storm shields. And then for troops, I got 3 troops. 3 wolf scouts, and they all have sniper rifles. And if we go over here, we'll see Daniel's force of orcs. Which one is the being on the board?
The one starting on the board is going to be all these blue boys
blue
here.
guys? Okay.
Yeah, they're looting the field for all that they got. Grots are there, going to be there, just base grots with their little tiny pea shooters there and a runt herd to keep them in line.
Right on.
Next to them is 5 shooter boys with 1 big shooter.
Okay.
For a little bit of DACA.
Are they both these squads or?
They're both squads.
Okay.
A little 5-man squad, a little 5-man squad.
Right.
Runt herd is a separate
dude,
but
right.
he has a bubble around him for the grots.
Right on, yeah.
Then in our reserves here, we got the team leader.
The weird boy?
The weird boy.
Right on.
Gruck Rotface.
Rotface, alright.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He's taking Frazzle for his psychic spell.
Cool.
And that's all he's got. No big upgrades.
Right on.
In the specials, we have a Orc Knob right there. He's got a big choppa, 2-handed weapon, strength +2.
Sounds good.
Cracking skulls.
What about this red guy?
That red guy there, that is the Doc, giving him feel no pain, keeping the boys alive.
He's got a bubble of feel no pain?
6-inch bubble of
Right
feel no
on.
pain.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's gonna help us out against your sniper rifle.
What about
there.
these, another squad of boys?
Yeah, just 5 Ard boys, heavy
Nice.
armor, 4-up armor.
Do the other boys have heavy
No,
armor?
they just got 6-up armor.
Okay, and they're shooter boys.
They're shooter boys.
And these
They're
are,
Ard
boys.
boys. They're choppa sluggas. Extra
Alright.
attacks.
Okay, cool. And then the 3 guys back here.
Got a tank buster right over there.
Yep.
Rocket launcher and melta bombs.
Cool.
Tank buster bombs. Got a burner boy in the middle there. It's got a it's either a scorcher or a flamer of some form.
Is it the heavy one or the
It's the light one.
It's the lighter one?
And
okay.
it can be used as an AP3 weapon as well.
Oh,
in
right.
combat.
In
He
close
doesn't
combat.
use it as a flamer.
It's like a blowtorch.
Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. Keep
Then
away
we
from
got
that.
the rocket boy there.
Alright, this guy's pretty neat.
Yeah, he's just got a close combat weapon and a slugger, but he's also got 3 grenades on him.
1 in
Got
his
a couple
mouth
extra.
and 2
points
in his
there.
hand. Right on. 3 grenades for that guy.
Yeah, had
And
a couple
he's
extra points.
Jump pack? Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Looks good. So we will decide deployment zones, and we will get back to you after deployment. By the way, guys, my starting force will be these 3 Wolf Scouts, and for reinforcements, we'll have the cavalry come in. Okay, we are done with deployment. Orcs won the roll-off, and they deployed first. They got some grots here with their runt herd, ready to loot that chimera. And over on this side of the board, they have a squad of boys with a big shooter, right?
Yeah, shooter boys and big shooter.
Looks like they're looting that sentinel as well. And the Space Wolves deployed second, and their scouts infiltrated, but they kind of just normal deployed. We got a couple in the trenches, right there and there, and one way up in this building. He's looking down here, one of the trenches down the street there, and the other looking at these green boys. We Haven't done night fighting yet. Is it night fighting, Daniel? Let's roll right here.
In a moment.
Yes, it is. And do the Space Wolves steal the initiative on a 6? Or do not? So, we'll get back to you after Orks movement and shooting.
So we're back after Orks turn 1 shooting. The Grots here just moved forward, trying to take over that tank and spar the bits. That runt herd there noticed a glint of a scope up in the ruins there. He's taking a little bit of cover, trying to keep his own hide safe. Doesn't care about those Grots.
Yeah, I can't.
And then these shooters here, Big Shooter took a shot down the lane there, but he was hitting the wall.
Kuno. Not hitting
We'll be
Kuno.
back to you after Space Wolves turn 1.
All right, Space Wolf turn 1 shooting. This Wolf Scout shot down range, made a precision hit, but did not wound. Sadly enough. This Wolf Scout up here shot at those Grots and made another precision hit, but again did not wound. And then this Wolf Scout, showing him how it's done, made a shot down range and hit a Grot, wounded him, and he managed to stun the Grot. So the Orks will have to decide whether to leave that guy behind or let him start recovering. Get back to you after turn 2. Actually, Daniel, do you want to do some reserve rolls?
Yeah, I'm going to do some reserve rolls.
Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the big boy there.
Okay, over there on a 3-up. He's coming in. He's coming
You
in.
know where the fight is. And
Go down the
outflank,
line. Yeah, he's out. We'll do that
After?
after this reserve
Alright.
rolls.
The knob there, coming in on 3-up, also coming in.
Good.
Burner boy,
Coming in.
tank buster.
Tank buster.
That's a long dice roll.
Passed.
The dock.
Doc passed.
Rocket boy.
Passed. Everyone's passing.
And that squad there.
Squad.
It's coming
Oh,
in.
all the Orks are coming in. This is not good.
Orcs heard a couple of cracks from guns and
Yeah.
we're raring for a fight.
We bet. They know there's a battle going on here. I think the scouts with their enhanced hearing are hearing some roar in the background. We'll be back to you after the Orks turn to movement and shooting.
So, Orcs turn 2 is done. The Grots here, forgot to mention, they went to ground. Their brother's down and they're just all panicking over his body. Runt herd's moving over to take a look and whip him into shape though.
He's recovering.
Yeah. Over here we have our outflank from the boys coming in. Shot 3 sluggers up top at that scout. Couldn't hit a darn thing. Also in the psychic phase, he successfully managed Frazzle, but it scattered way off into the street there. Couldn't even see what happened. Last off, that rocket tried to take a shot to insta-kill that scout, but he just hit the side of the building.
Yep.
Then if we come over here, we got the dock coming in on this side to help those shooter boys, and the knob to kick him into shape. We saw a bunch of hail of Daka going down at that scout.
Yeah, you hit a
A
lot,
lot of hits from those Orcs.
But unfortunately only wounded once.
Only wounded once with the shooters.
Yes.
And he was able to save it with his cover. But then the big shooter took a shot and he managed 2 strikes and 2 wounds. One of them critical.
That
and
made me go to ground. And I managed to cover save them both with my go to ground.
Yeah. So he's on the ground, and we'll move over to Space Wolves Reserve. Oh, forgot to mention, this Rocket Boy came in over there. He's sneaking around, gonna try to get a round and take on the flanks of these guys. Something we just noticed as well, his rocket pack allows him to run 2d6. We're not sure how to take that, whether he's gonna move straight 12, or whether he'd just move 6 inches and a d6, or whether he'd throw 2d6 down and take whatever he got there.
Maybe move 12 and take a dangerous test for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure on that. If any of you have an opinion on it,
Let us know.
be sure to comment it. Then on to Space Wolves Reserves.
All right, let's start with the important guy, the team leader. He needs a 3-up to come in. Oh, he's doing it.
Moving in.
Next guy here needs a 3-up. Oh, he's doing it too. And next guy, 3-up. He's
and
good.
they're all in. Reserves are
Nice.
not taking long.
My acute senses will actually do something for once.
Doesn't happen too often for the
No,
Space Wolves.
Does not.
So
You Orcs smell extra funky today.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me about that. So we'll be back After Space Wolf, turn 2.
So Space Wolf turn 2. This gentleman here, outflanked on this side of the board, hot on the trail of these orcs. He's so far right now out of sight, but looking to get a charge someday. And on the left side of the board, my team leader came on, ran all the way over here, and one of his pack mates came in over here, just within 6 inches to do some looking out, sir, if he needs to. This Thunderwolf cavalry here threw a grenade, directly hit this orc right in the front. Managed to wound once?
Yeah, wounded once.
And you made your heavy armor save.
Yeah, just glanced off his shoulders.
Up here, my wolf scout shot down at that
Tank buster.
Wounded him, but he did his 6-up armor save.
Yeah.
Amazing. As for other shooting, he snap fired because he's gone to ground, didn't really hit anything. This guy here almost made a precision shot on that big shooter orc, but he did not wound. And that's it for turn 2. We'll get down to turn 3 orcs. It's starting to really go down. We'll have a quick recap. The Grots are in the Chimera looting it up. The blue orcs over here moved up, shooting down the road at this wolf scout, made him go to ground. And the orcs reinforcements came on and joined them. So the pain boy there is giving them feel no pain.
Yeah.
And the, what's it called?
The knob there, he's allowing them to roll on the mob table if they fail their leadership.
Right, he's giving them mob rule. It's a little bit different in kill teams. And then over here, his team leader came on, did some psychic frazzling and blew up some ruins. And his boys shot up there, having a duel with that scout, but nothing really resolved yet. Stuff going down. Get back to you, Orcs. Turn 3.
So we're at the end of Orcs turn 3. The runt herd walked in there, whipped his boys into shape, and they're moving forward again. Then if we move over here, we got our Shooter boys with a new leader and a pain boy. They fired a bunch of shots down line here, mainly aiming at the far guy there, with the big shoot and a couple of normal shooters. Couldn't even hit him or wound him. Then this guy here took 2 Shooter boys shooting at him and that guy there, and he fell down. Too much to the anguish of him wanting to get the assault on there.
That's right.
The knob moved a little closer in there just because he could smell the dogs behind him.
He's howling. Dog's howling.
Then if we move over here in the psychic phase, tried to cast Frazzle on Ben's leader here, but he was able to deny me of that. But then I cast Force just in case we get into combat with him. He moved back a little bit, but keep an inspiring presence upon them. The rocket tried to fire at the scout again, but he was unable to hit. Over here, there's an assault. Fired 5 slugs in before the combat, and was able to wound the wolf once. In the combat, was able to wound him once with a critical, but armor was holding up. But when Ben struck back, he was able to get 2 hits, but those 2 hits made it worth it.
They were rending. They were awesome.
Yeah, critical rending hits, killing 2 boys straight out.
And the burner boy here.
And that burner boy, he's being an acrobatic over here. Keeping his head out of the sniper shots, but getting ready to move up there and try to take him on.
It's not good.
And we'll see after Space Wolves, turn 3.
1 hit.
So the Space Wolf, turn 3. In the shooting phase, this Wolf Scout here shot and stunned that knob down there. Runter,
He's
sorry.
not quite big enough to be a knob.
Yeah, he's not a knob.
Gotta bully the little ones.
This one shot down here, didn't wound. Most importantly, everything happened in the assault phase. My cavalry jumped over the wall there, assaulted just the knob. He overwatched with all those boys, but nothing did anything. And just the Knob and the Cavalry are locked in combat there. And yeah, they didn't wound each other. Over here, these red Orks took out my Cavalry and consolidated over here as my pack leader stunned his Orc Shaman there. So what he is? Weird boy.
He's a weird boy.
Weird boy. Shaman is fantasy.
Grut Rot Face.
Yeah, Grut Rot Face.
I believe that's what I said. His name keeps changing. It'll keep changing.
That's his name, I think. Turn 4, Orks coming up.
So end of Orcs turn 4, he just kind of recovered a little bit, crawled, beckoning for the Grots to come to him. They're caught in between of whether to keep moving forward and get more scrap or come help him. But yeah, over in the shooting phase, those Daka boys didn't fire. They waited for the assault and tried to help that Knob out in there. They got a bunch of attacks on him, but his armor held up against it. The might of the horde will not pass by the single warrior.
Yeah, that was a good move by you, by the way. You waited. You didn't counter a charge, but you waited to make your own charge.
Yeah, so that I can get the furious charge against him.
Yeah, that was
have
good.
A touch better chance of wounding you.
Luckily, we washed.
Yeah. Over here, he jumped over. He didn't even jump. He walked over to around there, threw a grenade, and charged in with his jump pack. Actually, what I forgot to do was a Hammer of Wrath.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and do one.
So needing a 5 to wound?
No
wounds.
All
Didn't
right.
matter anyways.
Yep.
Could have changed the whole fight. In the shooting there, Burna Boy, he kept jumping up the runes, got a nice flame template on him, but wasn't able to wound him. The guard was also able to keep the fire off of his armor. Then over here, there's a lot less Orcs than there was before. I tried to go get a couple attacks on him and maybe bail out the weird boy, but no, he just took one attack, swing at that weird boy, cut him to shreds, beheaded him in front of the boys, and they left running.
I get to consolidate. We haven't done that.
Yep.
3 inches.
3 inches. Yeah, that's probably not looking too good. But we'll get that in Space Wolf turn 4
Yes.
after this.
All right, Space Wolves, turn 4. In the shooting, my Wolf Scout up here tossed a crack grenade down here, this Scorcha, Burna boy. And it made him go to ground, and he rolled a 6 to save, his cover save. So he's down there. They're having a...
popping smoke out of that flamer.
Yeah, he put up a smoke screen. They're having a nice little duel. Over here, the Storm Boy automatically hit my Scout and wounded him, but luckily his armor saved him. Finally, my Thunderwolf Cav attacked the Blue Boys instead of the Knob and managed to kill one.
Yeah, the Doc wasn't able to stitch him up fast enough.
Yeah, he's dog food now, and I actually won that fight by 1.
You did win that, so leadership on that.
They're good. Yep, they're gonna hold and keep fighting for sure. Over here, my pack leader charged in that missile launching fanatic guy and beheaded him, cut him up, and I consolidated 1 whole inch towards the fight, basically. We are down to turn 5. Nobody's still making break tests. I am 1 model away, perhaps that model.
I'm only 3 now.
3 models away from an Orc break test, and we'll get back to you after Orcs. Probably their assault phase. Not much shooting.
So, Orcs turn 5. This combat here did not go very well for the Orcs. We were not able to wound the wolf at all, and he made 3 wounds on us. But because of the injury chart, only 1 boy was removed. Pain Boy's not doing his job there.
They managed to pass their leadership.
Right, they are fearless under that Knob's watch.
Yeah, he's a future boss, that guy.
After that weird boy dying, he better be. Over here in this combat, he was able to make 2 big critical wounds, and Ben failed both the armor saves, so he just coup de grace that Scout over there, and he's moving his way over here, hopefully able to jump up this tower and take on that guy with his back turned. Over here, though, the Grots moved over here to protect the bully there, fired a bunch of Grot blasters at the commander of Ben's army, and they were able to wound him with their precise shots. So it'll be top of Wolf's 5. Just gonna roll a quick route test here.
Yeah, I'm
See
down
if Army
to
stays.
just down to a route test after that, Storm Boy. Oh, I failed. Good game, Daniel.
Good game.
Good game.
So that's the end of the game.
Yeah. Not too much resolved. I think there's gonna have to be a rematch here someday.
Yeah, it still feels like there's a lot on the board for both of us.
My lord would come up here, take care of those guys.
Oh, they would not stand a chance over there. This combat's gonna keep going for a while.
I'm surprised. He's single-handedly taking on a mini orc mob.
A little
here.
tiny mob there, yeah. But once again, those are shooter boys. They're not meant for the combat. They're getting as many attacks as they are shots.
The wolves have killed the orc general, the shaman.
Yeah.
The wog energy has subsided. I think their job is done. They're gonna retreat.
Yeah, they took out the worst of it. They took out the Psychers' presence on this area, in the city.
Before we lose any more heroes, we're gonna retreat.
Yeah, one Thunderwolf cavalry is a big deal to go down.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. This has been another Guns N' Roses Bat Rep. We'll see you next time.